Nigeria Lawmaker representing the people of Aba North and South Federal Constituency under the political platform of All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, Alexander Mascot Ikwechegh on Tuesday stood up during the House of Representatives plenary session at the National Assembly to beg Nigerians to forgive him after belittling the office of the Inspector General of Police, IGP, and assaulting a Bolt driver, Abuwatseya, simply because the Bolt driver expected him to leave his sitting position to come to the Bolt car to receive the snails he ordered. Ikwechegh, in a video which was recorded by the Bolt driver, explained the cause of his provocation, saying as seen in the video that the Bolt driver expected him to leave his sitting position to come to his Bolt car to receive the food items he ordered from a food vendor. Some Nigerians took to the personal profile of the honorable member on X platform and found out that, on December 3, 2020, the lawmaker, Alexander Mascot Ikwechegh, may have posted on his now suspended Twitter account a photograph and a caption of him standing on the main road while he was abroad, waiting for Uber driver to pick him. His behavior abroad with e-hailing drivers, according to the X post, shows he has more respect for apps-controlled drivers in other countries and apparently less value and regard for the Bolt driver who was seen in the video, even entered his compound. During plenary session on Tuesday, while begging Nigerians for forgiveness, Ikwechegh still insisted that he was provoked, adding, "He acted out of provocation." Ikwechegh said he has realized that it was a mistake to have assaulted the driver. He said, and in quote, "Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I just want to state once again that I am human even though things were said and those things, I regret. I apologize to all Nigerians regardless of the provocation. There should be no reason why I should react in that form. I want to use this opportunity to appeal to all Nigerians. Let us let what has happened remain in the past and let us forge forward." In a statement on Monday, the Office of the Inspector General of Police, IGP, as made available by the Nigeria Police Force Public Relations Officer, Olumiwa Adejobi, said, "The Nigeria Police Force is aware of the incident between a Bolt driver, Mr. Abuwatseya, and Honorable Alexander Ikwechegh, which took place on October 27, 2024, in Maitama, Abuja. The FCT command is actively handling the case following Mr. Abuwatseya's official report at the Maitama Divisional Headquarters. The police force also urges the public to refrain from using the name or office of the Inspector General of Police to intimidate others, as such actions undermine the values of impartiality that the IGP's office upholds." In the recorded video, the House of Representatives member, Alex Ikwechegh, was seen slapping the Bolt driver. The altercation reportedly began when the lawmaker ordered snails from a vendor, who arranged for Abuwatseya to deliver them. Upon arrival, according to the driver, he asked the man he met at the compound the whereabouts of the person who ordered the snail, but the man refused to speak. Unknown to him, the man was the same person he was looking for. He picked up phone and called the person who ordered the snails, and to his surprise, the man's phone rang. According to the Bolt driver, he has asked the honorable member to send someone to receive the snails from him at the gate, but there was no response, hence he decided to go into the compound to look for the owner of the snails so he could recover his money. Thereafter, the lawmaker could be seen in the video calling the Bolt driver unprintable names, insisting he would not pay the Bolt driver for the service he has rendered even after collecting the snails from the delivery man. The lawmaker in the video could also be seen apparently belittling the office of the Inspector General of Police. After the alleged assault, Ikwechegh said as held in the video that, "You can go ahead and call the Inspector General of Police." Reacting, the FCT Police Command in a statement on Monday said he has received a report at the Maitama Divisional Headquarters regarding an incident involving a Bolt driver, Mr. Abuwatseya, and Honorable Alexander Ikwechegh, who represents the Aba North and South Federal Constituency in Abia State. The incident occurred on October 27, 2024, at a residence on Zamfara Crescent, Maitama, Abuja. Preliminary investigations indicate that Mr. Abuwatseya was delivering a package to Honorable Ikwechegh when a dispute arose concerning the method of delivery. During this altercation, Mr. Abuwatseya was reportedly physically assaulted. The FCT Police Command expresses grave concern over Honorable Ikwechegh's dismissive attitude toward the Office of the Inspector General of Police following the incident. After allegedly slapping the victim, he reportedly remarked with contempt, "You can go ahead and call the Inspector General of Police," demonstrating a troubling disregard for the authority of law enforcement. Currently, the suspect is at the Maitama police station undergoing questioning. Commissioner of Police, FCT, CP Olatunji Desu, has mandated a thorough investigation into the matter. The command is committed to conducting an impartial investigation and ensuring justice in all cases. Upon completion of the investigation, appropriate legal action will be taken, SP Josephine Ade, Police Public Relations Officer, FCT Abuja stated. Nigeria House of Representatives in a statement on Monday is monitoring media reports concerning an alleged incident. These reports, which have garnered widespread media coverage and public attention, detail accusations of a physical confrontation with an e-hailing driver, citizen Stephen Abuwatseya, and the use of threatening language. The 10th Assembly, House of Representatives, takes these allegations very seriously. As elected officials, we hold ourselves to the highest standards of ethical conduct and accountability in our official engagements and privately. Any behavior that falls short of these standards is a matter of concern, and we are committed to addressing such issues with the utmost seriousness. We are aware that the matter is now before the Nigeria Police, and we urge the public to allow the due process of investigation to unfold. We welcome further engagement from the public on the subject, which can be shared via email at akintunde.rotimi@nas.gov.ng, akirotimi@gmail.com, even as we continue to monitor the situation. We remain dedicated to upholding the values of accountability, transparency, and ethical behavior that define the 10th Assembly, House of Representatives. Further updates will be provided as more information becomes available, Akin Rotimi, Jr., spokesperson, House of Representatives said.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I just want to state once again that I am human. Even though there was things were said, and those things I regret. I apologize to all Nigerians. Regardless of the provocation, there should be no reason why I should react in that form. So I want to use this opportunity to appeal to all Nigerians. Let us let what has happened remain in the past, and let us forge forward.
So, this is the boat driver that was assaulted by that honorable member that claimed that he's a senator. The reason why I say that claimed that he's a senator, because I discovered this morning that that man is not a senator. So, this is the guy that I assaulted. Now, we have seen the video, we saw all what transpired, we saw the horrible things he said to you, we heard him call you monkey, rats, all the derogatory things he said to you. Now, the question is, what happened after that video? Please. Okay, so, after the video, he called some police officers. I don't know the division they were assigned to. Okay. And then they bundled me to the station. I wanted to drive the car. They said, no, I should not drive. Okay. So two sat beside me, and I was in their middle. Okay. And then they drove me down to the station. Okay. When they drove me down to the station, they said I should go inside. I had calls. They didn't allow me to take my calls. Okay. So they were not asking what happened. They didn't ask me. They were asking people that were not there, the police officers. And then the police officer quickly said, I went to Honorable's house and I was fighting the Honorable. I kept mute. Did you show them the video? I have not shown anybody the video as at that time. Okay. They've not even the security person that came to bear witness as at that time have not seen the video. Okay. As at that time. Okay. So they now referred us to crime, that we should go to crime.
So we went to crime. The man was not asking what happened. As I was explaining, initially I didn't explain. The man now said he cannot actually hear from one side. The other person has to come to actually give his own side of the story. And then the police officer said, when they said I fought him, they now said no, they should go and bring the man. Immediately his security man now called him, and they passed the phone to the IPO that was in charge of the case. And then the IPO was now talking to him on the phone and stepped out of the office where we were. And after some time he came back and said he wants to go and do investigation at the Honorable's house.
Okay, the IPO left you at the station.
At the station.
Wants to go. Which station was this?
Maitama police station.
So it happened within Maitama.
It happened within Maitama.
Okay, so the IPO left you at the station and went to the Honorable's house. Okay.
And then after they kept me there for over 2 hours, I was behind. I was at the counter. I was not detained though.
They kept you behind the counter.
They kept me behind the counter. And then after 2 hours plus, he came back, and then he was now like, "Why did I record the video?"
Why did IPO now change
He
out
was
for
not
you?
trying to change the narrative, and I asked him, "Is there a part of the law that says I cannot record what somebody is doing to me?" He was becoming a threat to me, and I had to take evidence so that people will know where I am.
By this time, was the honorable member there?
He wasn't there.
He was at home.
He was at home. So then I gave me a form to fill, to write my own statement as to what happened. As I was writing, the honorable I came. And then when he came, he started talking and he was shouting.
Even at the station?
Even at the station. He was
calling you
talking,
names?
Calling me names. Like, I still kept mute and I was looking at him. So my colleagues were talking to him. Me, I've already had my own fair share of trauma from him. I don't want to actually have any engagement or any encounter with him. I just went to one corner and I sat down. And I was listening to everything he was saying. All the names he was calling me: you common boat driver, you're a poor man, you have pride in your poor, you have this, you have that. I kept mute. I said, so the problem you have now is a poor man cannot speak, that I'm in Nigeria and I shouldn't be treated as a foreigner in this country, as I'm from Delta State, and I cannot be treated, I cannot have you treat me like a foreigner in my own.
Now, when did you leave the station?
I left the station at about, I think some minutes to 3 or so.
Where's your car?
My car is still at the station.
So the police collected your car?
They collected my car.
And you left the station this morning?
Yeah, I left the station.
Was the honorable member detained?
He wasn't detained.
They let him go?
They let him go.
That's really, really sad. Now, I want to ask you a question. The woman that sent you that message, do you know her name?
I didn't know her name per se.
Do you know her business name?
I don't know her business name. It was a request. But I think I checked from my boat app. I think the last request that came in when I tried calling from the app, it was, I think, Gloria.
Gloria?
Yeah.
Because she said something in that video. She said something like, and do you know who he is? She was also supporting him. That's why I'm asking you that if you know who she is. Now, what did you go and deliver to him? What even really happened? Just give me a brief summary of what happened before that video.
Okay, before the video, I actually got a request on boat.
Okay.
Right? I was closing already because I needed to resume work this morning at 8:30.
Okay.
So I was closing at 9:10. I said, let me just quickly go home so that I can have enough rest. So I got this request to Maitama. I felt it was a normal request. And then she told me, no, that it's not a request, that I'm picking something up from a garden.
Okay.
Right? From a garden.
Which garden?
I don't know the name of the garden. She just described the garden that after Kado roundabout,
okay,
you will see one orange color container and then there's a garden beside it.
Okay.
So I just quickly went there, parked. The girl just came without wasting time, brought the package that it's a snail.
Snail?
Okay, snail, yeah. So she dropped it. It was the girl that brought it and dropped it on the seat. She understood that part.
Okay.
I was like, okay, there's no problem. I'm going. So on getting to the man's house, I called him. Oga, I'm at your gate. He now said, okay, I should give it to the security man. They gave it to the security man. The security man explained where the house address is. So I drove down to the house. On approaching, I called the man again. I said, Oga, I'm here. He now said, I'm not here. That if you are here, I will see you. So I drove. He now said I should park beside one car. When I parked beside the car, I saw him, but I didn't know he was the one. So I saw him seated a few meters away from my car. So I greeted, good evening, sir. He didn't respond. Good evening, sir. He didn't respond. So I presume he is not the one that I'm supposed to deliver this thing to. Okay. And since he didn't answer, the next thing is for me to call the person that has this package. The next thing I dialed the person's number. And his phone rang. And then the next thing he was like, are you stupid? Are you mad? Are you a fool? Bring my stuff for me. So I was not happy at the way he talked to me because I was doing my professional job. Right? I was not happy. So I was like, okay, this thing you're saying to me, it has not gotten to it. Normally, I'm not even supposed to bring this thing to you. You are supposed to come and pick it yourself. Yeah. That was the only thing that got him angry. You are asking me to come to your car to pick my stuff? Are you okay? Do you know who you are talking to?
It's okay. I can see the anger on your face. Don't worry. The truth is that Nigeria is for everybody. Nigeria is not for one person. If an honorable member will be treating people like this, then just imagine what the president supposed to do. Now, I need to remind you, we are all clamoring for the youth to come to power. See this one now, youth. I always say something. The youth are looking for a better, they are not trying to make this country better, a lot of them. They want to get power to do worse than these people because they have a better way of hiding this evil than these old men in power. But nevertheless, the man does not have immunity. I just discovered that he's not a senator. So actually pursue this case. And I believe that the law will take its course. We'll go to, I've heard a lot of things about Maitama police station, which I'm not going to say, but I believe in the new commissioner of police that have been moved here, Commissioner of Police Disu. So this case will be reported to him directly, and I believe that the law will take its course. So don't worry. You said you are not feeling well.
I'm not feeling well. He hit me on my chest severally. He was just hitting me on my chest, and I stayed mute. I was looking at him. So when he was becoming much of a threat to me, initially I did not record because I didn't go there with intention of fighting. If I went there with another motive, I would start recording from the very beginning. It was when he was becoming a threat, when he said he would pay 50 million naira and then they would delete me, and look at me, this cheat. He was just calling me all sorts of names.
You pay 50 million and they will delete you.
He will pay 50 million naira to somebody, to people, and then they will kill me and nobody will say anything. And when I noticed he was actually, this thing is becoming what I never expected, I quickly brought out my phone
and you recorded.
And I started recording.
Don't worry, we'll go and write a petition and we'll take it on. Oh, Allah, more they go.
Welcome, bringing you the news in a more digital way.